Hi. Today I wanted to take a moment to look at macroeconomics for business. I think this is a nice textbook that spends a lot of time digging into macroeconomic data and showing students what real world numbers are so that they can start to get a sense for how much is GDP, how does GDP compare to other countries, what is the unemployment rate, what are some labor force participation rates, other things like that. Instead of just talking about them theoretically, to actually see what they are and give students a sense of what those numbers should be, maybe what a good number is, how they compare to historical numbers. But of course, as with any book, it's only updated as most recently as it's published. So I think one of the good things to be able to do with a book like this is to take it, look at the data they have, see where they got it, and then be able to go and recreate the data, update the data yourselves. So we're going to start with some data from the Bureau of Economic Analysis. Let's look at this table on page 18, table 1.1. It gives us U.S. GDP as aggregate demand in 2016 dollars. We can see that it comes from the BEA table 1.1. Okay, so let's just walk through how to get to that. So we just go to bea.gov. This is their landing page when you go to their website. Come over here to data. We'll go to economic account or by economic account. Let's click on national. It doesn't too much matter which one we pick here for what we want to get, but let's look at gross domestic income. And then we're really just going to scroll down to where we get to interactive data. You can actually get to interactive data through most of those other options. We're going to click on interactive data, and where we really want to get is here to our NIPA historical tables. Okay, now we see what we have here is we have table 1.17.1. If we go back into the textbook, we see that what we wanted was actually 1.1.5. So let's come back here. Let's click here on this tab here for the NIPA tables. Section 1, because remember it's 1.1.5. And if we scroll down, we'll see table 1.1.5, gross domestic product. And we can click on that table and scroll down, and we'll see that it gives us similar information to what we found in the table in the textbook, but updated, right? So we can look at, say, 2023 Q1. We could even look at some previous years. But that's the way that we can go get that information. There's a lot of other good information at the BEA website. In fact, let's go back to that landing page. Okay, let's skip over to the textbook in just a moment though, and let's look here at the next table, table 1.12. It gives us US GDP as aggregate supply. Down here for the source, it says that it's GDP by industry. So let's go back into our bea.gov. Let's come to data. Let's go by economic account. And this time, instead of clicking on national like we did before, let's scroll down and we'll go to browse by industry. And then we'll click on GDP by industry. Again, we're going to want to go to the interactive data. Let's do the industry data tables. Come over here again to interactive data tables. Kind of a lot of clicking to get here. And let's do gross output by industry. Okay, now we actually have a couple options here. We can simply take gross output by industry, or down here at the bottom we have real gross output by industry. So it kind of depends on if we want to price adjust. Let's take a look back at the table. It talks about things being in 2016 dollars. That might be because that was the year that it was pulled. But let's click on real gross output by industry. We see that it's using 2012 as the as the base year for prices. Okay, so we could look at that information. We could also go back and just take the gross output by industry, and it's going to give it to us in current dollars. Okay, obviously, there'll be some price fluctuations in there, but it gives us that information that we can compare back to the table, update that information, and see how things have changed. Okay, there's a lot of good information, a lot of good economic data at the BEA website. I would encourage you to dig around, and as you look through the data, you might have questions pop in your mind about, oh, I wonder what this is, and I wonder how this compares to historical numbers. This is a great source to do that.